expected to receive the football. Little Leon Washington, the dangerous return man, starts at his own goal line. And he's tripped up and gets to the 20-yard line. That is a return of 20 yards. Brandon Miller with the stop. So it brings out Brett Favre, the starting quarterback for the New York Jets, 39 years old. Last week, the Jets 31-27 winners over Buffalo. Favre 17 of 30, 207 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Favre has thrown 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions in his last 3 starts. Jets are 1-2 in those games. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Thomas Jones lines up in the backfield, and they give it to him. And Jones slicing over the 20, and he gets up to the 23, picks up 4 yards on the play. Jets offense ranked 15th in the NFL, 15th in passing, 9th in rushing. Nick Mangold, the center, heading to his first Pro Bowl. Alan Faneca, a Pro Bowler as well. DeBrickashaw Ferguson is an alternate. The backs and receivers, Thomas Jones leads the AFC in rushing with 1,222 yards, 15 total touchdowns, 13 rushing, 2 receiving, and he's heading to Hawaii as well. Second down and 6. Ball over 24. Richardson and Jones line up in the offset eye. Lavernius Cole's in motion at the bottom. Here's Favre underneath, and he throws a strike. Country with the catch. Then he gets all the way up to the 46-yard line. That's a 21-yard gain. Brian Russell with the tackle. Last week at St. Louis, the Seahawks held Steven Jackson to only 10 yards rushing in the second half. Mebane leads him. He's in his second year out of Cal with 5 sacks. Tapp, Bernard, and Jackson are the front 4. 4-3 defense to Tupu. Pro Bowler last year, leads him in tackles. Peterson and Herring, and in the secondary, how about Deion Graham? He's an old man in this league now, tied for the team lead with interceptions, and he has 2 on the year, and that one caught by Brad Smith, and Brad Smith picks up 6 yards on the play, and he's stopped by Mebane.
You talk about, Gus, the Jets have to feel coming in here that they have the better football team. They're headed to the playoffs. They control their own destiny. But in a day like today when it's snowing, you wonder, at least before the game started, as to maybe they played a little close to the vest. I think that's hard to do when you have Brett Favre as your quarterback.
Second down and 5 at midfield. Here's Jones over the right side, and he's chopped down by Deion Grant. But it's a 4-yard gain. And one thing about this New York Jets football team, Steve, they can run the football with that man leading the way, and Leon Washington coming in for him as well.
No question. They're not only are they committed to it, they also really help Brett Favre click off big plays in the passing game. The Jet run game is real, and if they can get it going enough during the regular down and distance, they're a tough team to beat.
Third down and short. They need a yard at the 46. Inside handoff. Richardson plowing ahead, and he will pick up the first down and even more. He gains 8 on third down and 1. Lofa Tatupu, the middle linebacker, making the tackle.
When you watch this Seattle defense, Lofa Tatupu is a linebacker who's been to the Pro Bowl 3 times, and he's been the leader of this defense. And the linebackers for the Seahawks are very fast, a little bit light, but very fast. They're built to pursue, and sometimes you have your most success running right at them.
First down and 10 at the 38. Out of the eye, Richardson and Jones. And they give it to the first man through. It's Richardson again, and Richardson plowing ahead against to the 21-yard line. Brian Russell, the free safety with the tackle, but that's a gain of 17 yards.
Well, I just said you're going to watch when you run right at him. Watch right there. You see the offensive linemen do an expert job of crossing up, getting the trap block, trading places with the center guard, and just the hole just flies open right up the heart of the defense.
You have 3 Pro Bowl linemen on that team. Here's Favre dumping it off, and it's caught. Dustin Keller, their rookie tight end out of Purdue, 46th catch of the season, and he's stopped by Rocky Bernard after a 2-yard gain. Let's update the AFC East standings.
Well, there you go. New England, you kind of saw that game was taking shape very quickly against Arizona. That you talk about bad conditions, they were that in New England, and they lumped Arizona up bad. But now the Jets have got to keep pace, and so does Miami, who's also playing a late game in Kansas City.
Right now, Miami up on Kansas City, 2nd and 8. Opening drive for the Jets at the 20. And Jones bounces it outside with some room, lowers his shoulder, and gets to the 15-yard line. And that is for the hard way. Will Herring with the tackle. Jets running back Thomas Jones led the AFC in rushing entering this week. He set a team record with 15 total touchdowns and 13 rushing touchdowns. And he has a touchdown in 8 straight games, also a team record. Heading to the Pro Bowl, and he is just having an outstanding year.
Yeah, he really is. And I'll tell you, at this early going, Gus, it doesn't look like the Jets were bothered by a trip out to the West Coast this week.
9th play of the drive that started at the Jet 20-yard line. 3rd and 4. Here's Favre out of the gun with time. Pulls it down. In trouble. And a shovel pass ahead. But it may not be enough for a first down. Lavernius Coles with the reception. But it depends on the spot. He may have gained 5.
They got a big spot on this play. It's all the way down inside the 12-yard line.
First down.
How about that?
And that's Brett Favre to a T. And Mike Holmgren's going to look at it and say, man, I remember that. And this is Brett Favre. What poise he's got. I mean, this guy's been around for 18 years doing this exact thing. And watch as he just flips it. Sees his receiver. I mean, Coles is standing there, and these guys are smart enough. If he's got the ball, you better get your hands up because will throw it to you.
First down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Thomas Jones, a single setback. Play fake. Favre underneath, incomplete. Lavernius Coles, the intended receiver. Josh Wilson, who's been beaten up a bunch this year defensively.
Yeah, Wilson takes a nice hard inside jump at the snap. And you're not going to get that call, although technically I think that might be some interference. He had both hands down, but it happened so fast the officials won't call that on a play that much. Wilson took a hard inside jump at the snap.
Wilson has been picked on this year. Their other corner, Marcus Trufant, number 23. Teams are afraid to go at him. Let's see if the Jets will do it today. 2nd and 10 at the 11. Out of the offset eye, Richardson and Jones. They fake the pitch, inside handoff. Richardson, full back running. And he gets to the 6-yard line. Stopped by Brian Russell, but that's a gain of 5. So the Jets in the red zone this season, 58 possessions, 31 touchdowns, 16 field goals.
Yeah, you'll see Richardson comes in right in behind the left tackle, the Brickishaw Ferguson, and I mean, they turn it up in there. That's a lot of weight to get called. I love the call down in the red zone, Gus. If you're going to be successful, you got to be able to run it.
A 53.4 touchdown percentage, 15th in the NFL. They've scored touchdowns in 4 of their last 5 red zone possessions. 3rd down and 6 at the 7. They need to go to about the 1.5. Washington in the backfield now. Here's Favre over the middle, and it's caught. And we will see. Ball caught by Jericho Cotchery, and he's taken down by Deion Grant.
Yeah, it's going to be short of the first down, and we're going to have a big decision here by Eric Mangini. Watch as he comes across. Good coverage. They get the clear out on the inside. You know, Grant is right there, and it looked for a minute like he's going to break loose and get the first down, but they marked him short of it. And I'll tell you guys, the way this drive has gone, it's easy for Eric Mangini to say, you know what, we've got the momentum, let's try it. And it wouldn't be a bad call at this early juncture of the game. Give your defense or your offense a little vote of confidence that they can get that.
So Eric Mangini is going to go for the field goal.
Yeah, yeah. On the road here, I think there's no question the Jets feel like they've got the better team. Take the points and see if the Seahawks can match it. Grant's got is a great tackle by. Great tackle, and that's so tough. And you get a guy coming across. They ran the pick play on the far side. You think your guy's going to get it, maybe turn up the field, get into the end zone, at least get the first. Just didn't happen. It was a great play by Deion Grant.
So brings on Jay Feely in to attempt a 20-yard field goal. And it's good. So the Jets march it down the field, score on their opening drive. 8:07 to play first quarter. Jets up 3-zip.
Want to get away? Announcing Southwest Airlines' big year-end sale. Book now and fly Southwest from $49 to $109 to many of our destinations like Denver, Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Diego, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and more. This sale ends soon, so book now at southwest.com. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Mac, do you know why I love this time of year?
Because it's the season for peace on Earth?
No, it's because we get to be animated, and that means we can do anything. For instance, I can float up in the air, I can build things in fast motion.
Wow.
Yeah, I can even talk to animals. Hey, happy holidays, little bunny. Where are you headed?
I'm going to the Apple Store for some last-minute gifts.
Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. How did that happen? Clumsy me.
Why let heartburn stop you when you can stop heartburn? Just one Zantac with a cool mint sensation can knock it out all day or all night for strong, lasting relief. Heartburn? Attack it. Zantac.
In 4 days.
10 minutes. 1 for the checkpoint, 2 for the muck, 1 to the bunker, 6 to get out.
Only one movie will make your pulse pound and your palms sweat.
We've been discovered.
Tom Cruise, Valkyrie, rated PG-13, Thursday.
Don't take off for the holidays without seeing 60 Minutes on the state of airport security and the state of California with Governor Schwarzenegger tonight.
Monday, Dave's all new with Dustin Hoffman. And Tuesday, can Dave knock the meatball off the tree? It's a special holiday late show.
By the way, you can re-gift these jokes.
Not hard to find a seat in this stadium today.
That's right. It's a good place to keep your drink warm, too. There, parts of the stadium got so much snow, they had to push the snow in other places. Seats are covered up by the snowbank.
So the Jets send it away, up 3-0. Josh Wilson is back deep, and this ball fielded at the 10-yard line. And the Seahawks return it 22 yards. And coming up, Seattle on offense on a cold and snowy day here in the Emerald City.
Find your perfect gift. Like the 5-star crash safety rated Acura MDX at the Drive Home for the Holidays event. Celebrate the season with low finance and lease offers. Visit your Acura dealer or shopacura.com.
Connect to everything you love in life in a bold new way. Introducing BlackBerry Bold. As beautiful as it is powerful.
Extra hotel night in New England.
You're going down, Manning.
That's right, I am.
Free.
4th floor. Get a massage today. I'm excited.
Extra night in Cleveland.
Don't choke on it.
Free.
Good call. I'll just cut it up and put it into a fruit salad or something. Thanks.
Extra night in San Diego.
Morning.
Take a hike.
Free.
You know, I'm going to do that.
Getting world-class rewards no matter who you are.
Weather here is sweet.
Priceless.
Nice.
Get a World MasterCard and get free hotel stays and more. Send a personalized sweet talk from Peyton at Priceless.com.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. BlackBerry. And by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
And welcome back to Seattle. Jets with a 3-0 lead. And they got 6 inches last night. Biggest snowstorm in this area in over a decade, last 12 years. And now the Seahawks take over, first down and 10, throwing on first down. That ball thrown to the near side. Bobby Ingram with the catch. He gets out of bounds. So Seneca Wallace is making his 7th start, 11th career start in for Matt Hasselbeck, who's been banged up this year and has a bad lower back. Last week in their 23-20 comeback win at St. Louis, he was 15 of 25, 226, no touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 3 times, his rating 89.8. But he did lead a 6-play, 60-yard game-winning drive to set up an Olindo Mare field goal. 9-yard gain on first down, 2nd down and 1, and this is Maurice Morris, and he tumbles forward, picks up the first down, gains 5 yards on the play. Makeshift offensive line, all 5 starters on opening day out. And this man, Kyle Williams, has never started a game on the offensive line, only playing special teams. He was on the practice squad last year and for most of this year. the backs and receivers. They have a very solid tight end, and John Carlson, a rookie out of Notre Dame, leads them in receptions, 51, averaging 12 yards a catch. Wallace has that one deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Last week versus Buffalo, the Jets defense forced 3 turnovers in the final 2 minutes and sacked J.P. Lossman 3 times. Jenkins is heading to the Pro Bowl. Ellis having a good year as well. 8 sacks on the year with Mosley. The linebackers, Eric Martin leads them in tackles, 112 on the year. He also has a sack and a half. Elam, Harris, and Pace. And in the secondary, Darrelle Revis also heading to the Pro Bowl, 5 interceptions this year in his second season out of Pittsburgh. And a run on 2nd down and 10. And it's a 3-yard pickup for Morris. So let's keep you updated as this game goes on with the race in the AFC East.
Well, there you have it. Miami winning in Kansas City and Arizona getting thumped by New England. So that's it. The Jets have got to win. They've got to keep winning. They got to win today, and they got to win next week against Miami for the division title is what it looks like if the Jets can win here today. And it's been a dogfight between those 3 teams all season.
3rd down and 7 at the 49. Leonard Weaver in the backfield. Wallace out of the gun. Wallace in trouble. Wallace just lets it go and incomplete. Great pressure by the Jets as they get right in there on Seneca Wallace. Calvin Pace and David Bowens chasing him.
Yeah, and Wallace has got great mobility. He's also very accurate, even accurate when he's on the run. And you look at his quarterback rating, and you said, you know, it's 88.9 over the season, but the last 2 weeks, it's 110. He has really found some comfort with this Seattle offense, and it's showing.
So Seattle ready to send this one away, and back deep, the dangerous Leon Washington. Good punt, high spiral, and the fair catch signal, and it is downed inside the 10-yard line. A 43-yard punt. So here comes Brett Favre and the Jets back on offense inside their own 10.
You ready for some good news? Denny's is giving away a big hot breakfast for just $4. The $4 Weekday Express Slam at Denny's. Now give the gift of real breakfast love with a Denny's gift card.
Something's going down. Could be big.
On December 25th, catch the Christmas spirit.
I'm on my way.
It's heart-pounding, mind-blowing, wild fun from the creator of 300 and Sin City. The Spirit. Rated PG-13 in theaters Christmas Day.
What if you could give your family just what they want this holiday for one low price? Introducing Sprint Family Plans. You'll get unlimited nationwide text, video, picture messaging, and more, and save at least $240 a year over comparable AT&T and Verizon plans. What better way to bring the family together? America's largest, most dependable 3G network. Come to a Sprint store and find out how much you can save.
Find your perfect gift. Like the all-new Acura TL at the Drive Home for the Holidays event. Celebrate the season with low finance and lease offers. Visit your Acura dealer or shopacura.com.
This season, Inside the NFL is now on Showtime.
Every week, we take on the whole NFL. Read between the lines.
Every game, every week, every highlight.
Inside the playbook, inside the locker rooms, inside the personality.
Inside the NFL, only on Showtime.
And welcome back. Jets with a 3-0 lead and the football at their own 9-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Brett Favre. Chris Baker in motion. Thomas Jones. And Jones crosses the 10-yard line. Goes down at the 12. Herring with the tackle after a 4-yard gain.
In those games in the AFC East going final, Gus, the Jets, and Eric Mangini knows they need to win their last 2 games to get in. If they don't win today, what it means is it no longer really matters because their destiny is no longer in their control. They got to win against Miami next week too, but then they have to hope that New England loses to Buffalo, something that doesn't happen very much.
Second down and 6 after 13. That's why this game is so important for Favre and the Jets as he steps up in the pocket and throws it on the run. Cotchery making the catch and gets out of bounds. A gain of 9 on the play. Brian Russell with the tackle.
Well, once again, Brett Favre stepping up away from pressure, and you know, he's not really a guy that's, you know, at this point in his career is not known for being a nimble guy, but he's got a lot of poise, and he does. The thing you notice about him, and you've always seen about Brett Favre, he keeps his eyes down the field all the time. It's like he knows the rush is there, but he doesn't see it. Keeps his eyes up, always finds somebody there.
Last week against Buffalo, Favre got the wide receivers involved early, Lavernius Coles and Cotchery. And they hand it off, no play fake. Favre, and he fires into the flats. That is Jones, squares his shoulders, gets down the sideline in front of Will Herring. But another good gain, this time 14 yards and a first down.
And Brett Favre takes a shot from Jackson off the right side. Watch, he sees him coming, lets it go, ends up on his face, and that's a blown coverage. And there you see the hit right there, right up in his back. He gets up, he's all right, but that's not something you want to see your quarterback do. Seattle's doing a good job of getting in Brett Favre's face. They just haven't gotten any results yet.
Leon Washington checks in. First down at the 36. Drive started at the 9-yard line. Favre audibly at the line of scrimmage. Washington. And Leon Washington drags a couple of Seahawks to the 41. Lawrence Jackson with the tackle. They want to get Leon Washington involved. He needs more touches because he's a big play man.
Yeah, the more you get him the ball, Gus.
Washington has 10 plays of 40 yards or longer, tied for the most in the NFL. He's averaging 6.7 yards per touch, good for 8th in the NFL, and he has 8 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, the more you get him the ball, Gus, the better he gets. I mean, it's something that the defense has to look for. They key on him when he's in the game, and it gives him something else to think about.
Second down and 5 of the 41. Richardson and Thomas Jones in the game. Favre sets up a screen. He's got Jones breaking it, skipping, and he picks up another first down. Will Herring brings him down again, but on 2nd and 5, they gain 8. And Thomas Jones now with 73 first downs, most in the NFL, 62 rushing, and 11 receiving. Make that 12 receiving.
And once again, that offensive line of the Jets doing a great job of getting out in front of that screen pass. Not a huge play, but a big first down.
Look at the time of possession. Jets dominating early. First down at the 48. Jones again. And this time he goes down inside Seattle territory. Lofa Tatupu with the tackle, but it's a gain of 3 on the play.
You know, Gus, I'll tell you, the conditions, as you can see there, they're deteriorating fast. It was a very light snow before kickoff. Now it's coming down pretty good. And the worse the conditions get, the closer to the vest the offenses have to play. So if you can get a lead, it's going to get easier to hold on to the lead the worse the weather gets.
Now Leon Washington in the game. He lines up as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Favre in the shotgun. Here's Favre with time. Underneath, incomplete. Ball intended for Dustin Keller, his tight end. And Peterson covering. A flag on the play.
Yeah, this is going to come out, but Julian Peterson's got the tight end man-to-man, does a great job of accepting the blow and then moving out and knocking the pass away.
Repeat, second down.
Yeah, this is going to be a holding penalty down inside, Gus. And, you know, those are the things in this kind of weather. It's hard to bounce back from bad plays.
Brandon Moore, the right guard, called for the holding penalty. But look at that offensive line. DeBrickashaw, Ferguson, Alan Faneca, Nick Mangold, the left side, all heading to the Pro Bowl. Well, Ferguson is an alternate. You got Moore at right guard, Damian Woody, a former Pro Bowl center with New England, at right tackle.
Yeah, they make no mistake, Gus, they got some guys up there.
They're mean and lean up front in New York. 2nd and 16 of the 42. Favre out of the gun. And Favre scrambling, shovels it off, incomplete. Thomas Jones, the intended receiver. And that brings up 3rd down and long, a flag on the play, and this goes against New York.
Yeah, this was a screen pass the other way. They were just successful a minute ago getting a 1st down, a little 7-yard gain. They ran the same screen pass to the other side, and Seattle was ready for it. They were all over that play. Brett Favre actually did the right thing, Gus. Just try and flip it, get rid of it, and go for the incompletion.
An eligible member of the offense illegally downfield. Number 74, 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
That's Nick Mangold, the center, heading to his first Pro Bowl this season. Yeah. And so far, Steve, Brian Schottenheimer, the Jets offensive coordinator, is doing a very solid job in his play selection.
Yeah, and you know, they're not really throwing the ball deep, but they are mixing it up run and pass. They're doing short passes, screen passes, quick passes, passes over the middle, and they're letting Brett Favre in the run game also control the tempo. It's been a good series, but the penalties are going to take them out of it.
2nd down and 21 from the 37. They need to go to the Seattle 42.5 for a 1st down. Here's Favre. He just hands it off. This is Washington. And Washington crosses the 40 and gets up to about the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain as Howard Green brings him down. And the Jets will be faced with a 3rd down and 14.
And a 3rd and 14, the Seahawks will bring in Rocky Bernard, Mebane, and Tapp, their starting defensive line rotation, to come in and rush the passer. On that play, really, Favre and the Jets were just trying to get half of that back so they have a chance on 3rd down. Didn't get quite half. It's still 3rd and very long.
3rd and 14 at the 43. Keller in motion. Favre, quick strike. This time it's Brad Smith, and he won't go anywhere. Stood up and taken backwards. A loss of 2 on the play by a swarming Seahawks defense, and Seattle holds up.
Well, Gus, this is a play I think is a reaction to the conditions. I mean, the Jets run this. There's no question. This is a big part of their offense. Brett Favre's good at it. The Jets' offensive line is good at getting out in front of it. But on a 3rd and 14 of this nature, that's a concession to the weather, not anything else.
So Justin Forsett is back deep for Seattle, and he will catch it inside the 15, a 45-yard punt. 41 seconds remaining. The Seagulls are ready to play today. Jets and the Seahawks 3-zip.
Oh, man, that's good. It's drinkability. Let me explain. According to my poll, 41% thought drinkability meant the ability to drink. 26% said easy to swallow. One guy in Boston told me to get out of his yard. Actually, drinkability means that Bud Light is just the right taste.
This is one of your nicer maps.
Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
I do. I exercise daily. I do.
Remember this place?
Of course. It's where we first met.
What about here?
Our first date. Our first kiss. I don't remember this place.
You will.
The Leo Diamond, the first diamond ever certified to be visibly brighter. That's just one more reason Kay is the #1 jewelry store in America.
This is where I said yes.
Every kiss begins with K.
Happy holidays from all of us at CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. And by Kay Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America.
And welcome back. They're out on the field with the shovels, trying to make sure that the yard lines are clear for both teams. 1st down and 10 at the 15. For Seattle taking over. Morris in the backfield. He runs over the right side with room and picks up the 1st down. Getting up to the 30. That's a gain of 13 as Harris and Kerry Rhodes combine for the tackle on Maurice Morris.
Great job going out around the outside with a makeshift offensive line. It's been a problem here in Seattle the entire year. And of course, Gus, when your offensive line has been shuffled and rearranged, as much as the Seahawks has. The first place it shows is in your running game, but they managed to get to the edge on that time against the Jet defense.
And Maurice Morris has been the hot running back for Seattle. Here's Wallace all day to throw over the middle. Nice throw. And that's his tight end, John Carlson. 52nd catch of the season. And he gains 11 yards on the play. Kerry Rhodes stops him, but Seneca Wallace throwing a BB. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. The score, the Jets 3, the Seahawks nothing.
Work was rough today. A lot of meetings. Now you're filling up on Campbell's Chunky Soup. Beef with country vegetables, loaded with lean meat protein. You took charge. The people at the top have noticed. Fill up on the good stuff.
Let me upgrade you.
And let me upgrade you to the best channels in HD. Only on DirecTV.
Let me upgrade.
Get the most TV for your money. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Talk about a wake-up call. I had a heart attack at 57. My doctor told me I should have been doing more for my high cholesterol. What was I thinking? But now, I trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor may help. Unlike some other cholesterol-lowering medications, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and certain kinds of heart surgeries if you have several common risk factors or heart disease. Lipitor has been extensively studied with over 16 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I learned the hard way, but you may be able to do something.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
An assassin terrorizes the city. What do you do?
We're on our way.
Fall back now. Take cover.
Flashpoint premieres Friday, January 9th.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
And welcome back. Jets with a 3-0 lead. Seattle with the football. First down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Seneca Wallace drops back, fires underneath, and it's caught. Corn Robinson down the sideline, and he tiptoes out of bounds. At the 45 in front of Eric Barton. That's a gain of 16.
Well, Gus, it's hard to get a pass rush when you can't push off. And watch as Robinson comes across wide open, slows down, stops. And when he plants, the defender can't. They're sliding around. If the offense can get their feet planted and set the defense up to make too sharp a cuts to hold their feet, this could turn into a big play day.
Corn Robinson with his 26th catch of the season. 8th year out of NC State. Here's the handoff. Morris. And Morris charging ahead, gains 4 yards on the play. And this is the final game for Mike Holmgren after 10 seasons. Mike Holmgren has been the Seattle coach here, amassing an 85-73 career record, which includes 6 playoff appearances, 5 division titles, and 5 the Seahawks won the NFC, advancing to Super Bowl 40, where they fell to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He says he wants to take a sabbatical, which is a 1-year vacation away from the game. As a matter of fact, it's not Coach Holmgren that wants the sabbatical, it's his wife. And she's put her foot down.
Yeah, he made no mistake. You know, he didn't make any apologies for it, and he's ready for it as well. He wants to take some time off. There's no question he'd like to get back into coaching in May, but he also said, I'm keeping my mind open, and he said my heart open as well. There may be something else out there that I want to do that doesn't have anything to do with football. I doubt that, but at least he's leaving that door open.
He's saying the right things. 3rd down and 9 at the 45. Loss of 3 on the last play. Here's Seneca Wallace dropping, and he throws over the middle, incomplete, as he skips that one to Bobby Ingram, and the Seahawks will have to punt. David Harris covering.
I'll tell you what, Gus, the offensive line of the Seahawks is doing an outstanding job against the Jet pass rush, but they're getting some help from the snow. The pass rushers for the Jets cannot plant and push against the offensive line. I mean, you look at the difference in these two. 5 guys who were just put together just this week, just for this game, are doing a great job against a Jet defense that should be and could be headed to the playoffs.
John Ryan punting from the 40. Leon Washington back deep. This one off the side of his foot. And it bounces forward and will be down inside the 10. Ryan has dropped now 20 punts inside the 20-yard line this season. A 36-yarder there. Back to Seattle after this.
Thank you for agreeing to take part in our product test.
We'll be asking for your opinion today about 2 hamburgers that you will taste.
We would like you to take several bites of each hamburger, enough to form an opinion.
We asked these people who've never eaten a burger which they preferred, Whopper or Big Mac. Congratulations, McDonald's. You've won second.
There are rocks that can amaze you, and rocks that can inspire your imagination. Rocks that can touch your heart, soothe your senses, or help you enjoy a little free time. Yes, a rock can do a lot of things, but only this rock has what it takes to help you plan for a rock-solid retirement. Let Prudential be your rock for retirement.
The best gifts ever.
A Radio Shack associate suggested a mobile phone as part of a care package for my daughter, who for the first time is away for Christmas. There's nothing like a home movie and some magic to keep a holiday tradition alive. All through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And it all began with the help I got at Radio Shack.
This holiday season, save $100 on a TomTom Go 630 exclusively at Radio Shack.
Let's get started. Have you heard the word? Password is back. The summer hit returns to CBS.
Old.
Young.
Fresh.
New.
That's right, with new episodes.
More amazing celebrities. More contestants playing to win $1 million.
Don't miss $1 Million Password. Premieres CBS tonight.
No, folks, we're not in Green Bay. We're in Seattle, where it's a 3-0 game, and the snow has been coming down consistently for Brett Favre as he throws over the middle, and it's incomplete, broken up by Tatufu. Ball intended for Bubba Franks. Now, CBSSports.com has complete coverage of all the NFL playoff races. Get the latest news, updated scenarios, and expert analysis. It's all online right now at CBSSports.com. Second down and 10 at the 10-yard line. Final home game for Seahawks head coach Mike Holmgren against his prized pupil, Jet quarterback Brett Favre. Here's Favre throwing it up top, and it is caught. Lavernius Coles! And Coles has it close to the 40-yard line. What a circus catch. And it's a gain of 25.
Yeah, this Brett Favre threw this one up. Looked like Lavernius Coles was going to stop. Watch right here. It's a pump and go. Look there. Hesitation still works. And I'll tell you what, that's a tough catch to bring in. Very tough catch and a great job. Great throw by Favre as well. Gus, this may turn, and I was just about to say this game may turn into a punt fest because nobody can get any footing to push against anybody and block anybody.
5 catches, 82 yards last week against Buffalo for Coles. First down and 10 of the 33. Thomas Jones with room, and he gets to the 40-yard line, maybe the 41, before being brought down. A 7-yard pickup, Julian Peterson.
You know, guys, I've played in some games like this. I played for Buffalo for a long time, and sometimes these games turn into 6-3 games that are no fun to watch. They're field goals and they're punts. Other times they turn into 41-31 shootouts. If the quarterback can stand back there and the receivers can catch it, the defenders cannot stay with them because they can't plant hard enough to do it.
Second down and 3 at the 40. Seattle showing blitz. Far side, and that one incomplete. Coles, the intended receiver. And although it's snowing, it doesn't seem like it's that cold in here. It's not Green Bay cold.
Yeah, it's not a debilitating cold. but it is debilitating ball handling. It's wet, and the snow is slippery. The ball's going to be slippery. You see that it's not so cold. All the players have got bare arms, and you know, you talk about these guys being macho. Everybody's got bare arms. It's not that cold, but it's wet and it's sloppy.
3rd down and 3 at the 40-yard line. Leon Washington back in the game. He stands right next to Brett Favre. Here's Favre. Looking. Favre in trouble. Favre is sacked at the 30-yard line. Brandon Mebane, first man to him, 6 sacks on the season, and that's a loss of 10 yards.
Yeah, the receivers, Gus, are really having a hard time getting any separation, and sooner or later, the offensive lineman, it just collapses around him. They protect him pretty well, but the ball can't come out on time because there's nobody open down the field. That's a nice coverage sack, and I think it's also a sack that was aided by the footing in the secondary.
Darryl Tapp also in on that play. Forsett back deep, high wobbly kick. Takes a couple of steps up, and he has it at the 29-yard line. A 40-yard punt for Reggie Hodges. 3-zip. Back after this.
A car that keeps pace with you. Because you're more than one thing. And so is Venza.
One for a man in a little van, get there with ease, hair in the breeze. One for commuter on motor scooter, rolls down a hill, bugs in her grill. One for the sport, where all the shorts are very tight, made for a bike. One for a nun, out for a run, wrist keeps a log, what she has jogged. One for a Viking, out for some hiking, find the village, he will pillage. Find what you want, find what you wish, there's even one to find the fish. Give a Garmin, find something fun for everyone. Garmin.com, Garmin.com.
Coach Billy, you know those cold Coors Lights you and your buddies were saving for after the game?
Yeah.
Mike Ditka just took one of them.
What's he doing?
Coach Ditka, put Coach Billick's beer down and put your headset on.
Get your headset on and listen to him, Michael.
Here you go, ladies. Coach, now Mike Ditka's giving your Coors Light away.
Mike!
Chill out, Brian.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of Super Bowl 43.
Coach, Mike Ditka's still reaching for your cold Coors Light.
Get it up!
Come on, man.
Join host Faith Hill with Tim McGraw and friends for a musical celebration of family and hope.
Getting a family on Christmas will be the best gift. I'm happy because I'm loved.
It's the reason for the season. The 10th annual A Home for the Holidays Tuesday.
Right here on CBS.
And welcome back. Jets with a 3-0 lead over the Seahawks as the snow continues to come down. 1st down and 10 now for Seattle at their own 30. Seneca Wallace, the quarterback of this Seahawks team, because Matt Hasselbeck, their former Pro Bowler, has been plagued by back injuries this season, lower back injuries. He had some numbness in his legs. Here's Wallace throwing on 1st down. Pump and go. Throws it up top, and it's incomplete. Deion Branch, the burner, the intended receiver.
Yeah, it's good coverage at the bottom.
Revis covering.
Yeah, Revis headed to his first Pro Bowl, and you see there why. Doesn't really even look at the receiver. Watches Seneca Wallace, knows he's got no deep help, doesn't let the receiver get behind him. Deion Branch had no chance of faking him out. That's great coverage, and he makes it look easy.
2nd down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's a handoff. Morris over the left side. Tries to turn the corner and does. And gets out of bounds. A gain of 6. David Harris with the tackle as he pushes him out of bounds.
And once again, the Seahawks trying to run wide around this Jet defense and getting to the corner for a nice gain. And it's really difficult to know exactly which type of play are going to work, because you really do, Gus. And when the field is like this, in this condition, you really have to start thinking about what you can do and what you cannot do. And the Seahawks have proven they can get to the corner on this Jet defense. The Jets better do something about it. That's a second or third run around the end.
3rd down and 4. Wallace over the middle, and it's caught. A loose ball, and it's picked up by the Jets. Revis picking up the football after the catch was made, and we have our first turnover of the day.
Yeah, I think if I'm Mike Holmgren, I might throw the red flag. It looked like it might be down on the ground.
Heller with the reception.
Watch as he turns. He'll tuck it away. No question. No, that ball's out. That's a fumble. He tucked it away, lost it as he turned up the field. It was knocked away. And a great job. Great job by Dwight Lowry knocking that ball away.
And you talked about the conditions being wet and slippery out there. And that one just slipping out of Heller's hands. 1st down and 10 at the 40. Thomas Jones running, looking for a crease, and he goes down. And Thomas Jones taken down by Lofa Tutupu. A 3-yard pickup. Also, Lawrence Jackson in on the play, the rookie out of SC.
I'll tell you what, he just falls in behind DeBrickashaw Ferguson. And Thomas Jones just doesn't get out from behind him. He just pops out to one side, jumps in behind him. Thomas Jones just following Ferguson all the way down the field for a couple of yards.
So Leon Washington back in the game. Jones looks like he may have been banged up as he headed to the sideline. 2nd and 7. Lavernius Cole's the motion man. Here's Favre. Underneath, it's incomplete. That one thrown low. Would have been a tough catch, but a catchable ball for Lavernius Coles, and that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Josh Wilson covering.
Well, it's a blitz by the Seahawks, and Coles comes out, sees it, gets hard, gets inside, and that's a ball you got to catch. And, you know, when it's dry and nice out, you do catch that football because Coles breaks his route off a little sharper. But that was a blitz. They read the blitz, both Coles and Favre. They just couldn't connect on the adjustment.
So 3rd down and 7 at the 43-yard line. Quick snap, Favre steps up in the pocket. Favre firing across the field, picked off. And that's Josh Wilson. Brett Favre gambling, and he throws another pick. And all of a sudden, the Seahawks are in business.
Case, there's something wrong with your eye.
One iris is a different color than the other, which happens occasionally when you're dealing with twins.
I'm an only child.
The co-writer of The Dark Knight.
Am I a twin, Dad?
You would have had a brother. He died when you were both in the womb.
This is gonna sound crazy. I'm being haunted by something.
On January 9th,
this thing is trying to use you as a doorway.
Witness the birth.
How do I stop it?
Of evil.
Someone help me!
The Unborn. Rated PG-13. Starts January 9th.
The biggest event of the year is now even bigger. The Toyotathon of Toyotathons is in its final days, so we're going above and beyond to bring you the deal of all deals on your favorite Toyotas, like great leases, cashback, or low financing. With savings like these, no wonder Toyota has the best overall value of any brand. It's your last chance of the year to get amazing deals, so hurry. This event ends soon. Get to the Toyotathon of Toyotathons now.
Introducing the Pan-Normous from Pizza Hut. A pizza so big it never ends, so the party never ends.
We are never gonna finish this.
Get a one-topping Pan-Normous pizza for just $12.99. Only from America's favorite pizza.
Love rocks this December at Zales. Right now, for a limited time, take an extra 25% off already reduced prices on select items throughout the store. It's just in time for the holidays and only at Zales, America's diamond store since 1924.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Garmin. Give a Garmin GPS this holiday season. Toyota, moving forward. And by Pizza Hut, introducing Pan-Normous, Pizza Hut's biggest pan pizza ever.
Welcome back. Brett Favre throws his 18th interception of the season. 306 career interceptions, most all time. And now Seattle taking over at their own 45. Morris in the backfield behind Wallace, and they give it to him. Running right with room, and he ducks his head and gets close to midfield. About a 4-yard gain. Let's take a look at the interception.
Well, you'll see here there's a 6-man rush right up here. Brett Favre's going to step away from the pressure, and this is just an underthrown ball. He'll throw this off his back foot and can't get enough on it to get it all the way out to the sidelines. Plus, he throws it into double coverage. I mean, it's a Brett Favre interception that we've seen him do before. Obviously, he leads the league in that category.
Second down at 6. Wallace with all day to throw. Underneath. Beautiful throw. Taylor. And Taylor gets to inside the 25-yard line. A 26-yard gain for Courtney Taylor, second-year player out of Auburn.
Yeah, and this is the kind of route that is a lot easier to complete, Gus. Just have the guy turn around and stop. Don't try and hit him on the run. It's easier for him to get stopped and find an open area, particularly in the fact that the Seattle offense has given Seneca Wallace time to stand back there and wait.
First down, quick strike. This time it's Brandt on a screen, and a quick screen. They pick up 4 yards on the play. C.J. Mosley with the tackle along with Eric Smith.
And I think that's going to be the thing that you're going to have to watch, Gus, the kind of routes that these teams start completing. When the receiver comes off the ball and turns around and just stops, the defenders always react much harder than the receivers plan. So they're more tendency to fall down, and it'll be an easier pass to complete.
Second down and 6 at the 21. Morris lines up in the backfield. They give it to him with room. And Morris smash mouth football. That's a gain of 12 as he ran right through Eric Smith. And Seattle now starting to find their rhythm.
One of the things we talked about Mike Holmgren, he knows he's got an offensive line that's patched together. He's had receiver problems all year. But the thing he told us, Gus, I love the way my guys are playing hard. They have played hard every week. They didn't know what they were doing sometimes. They didn't know. They didn't even know the guy next to him's name, but they were playing hard, and that continues today.
First down and goal at the 10. And it's Morris again this time. He can't turn the corner. No gain on the play. Harris and Eric Barton with the tackle. So Seattle, Steve, in the red zone this year, 33 of 36 red zone possessions this season, including 14 straight.
Well, they're going to get another opportunity here in the red zone. But, you know, this is a game, Gus, that, you know, the Seahawks, the pressure's off of them. They're not going to the playoffs. Their head coach is saying goodbye. This is his final home game. They got a bunch of young guys who are playing actually not only for their job here in Seattle, but perhaps around the football league. So the Jets are not walking into a cakewalk here. This is a team that's really going to play hard for them.
Second down and goal at the 10. Wallace rolling out of the pocket. Buying time. Throws incomplete. Closest man to the football, John Carlson. And that will bring up third down and goal at the 10.
Now, I'll give you an idea. Seneca Wallace can cover some ground, and the Jets are doing a nice job in pursuing him. And what they're doing is, if he goes right to left, that's fine, but they're making sure he doesn't head up the football field and make some yardage with his legs. He might buy himself some time, but they're not going to give him a first down with the ball in his hand.
Third down and goal at the 10. That orange line marks the goal line. Leonard Weaver in the backfield. Here's Weaver looking, and Weaver fumbles. The Jets have it again. It looks like the Jets have the football, and they do. And Mike Holmgren can't believe it. Second turnover for the Seahawks here in the first half. And it's the second fumble.
Well, here it comes. He's going to get hit, and that's out. That is a fumble.
New York dodging a bullet. The old football coach can't believe his eyes. 3-0, New York.
A car that keeps pace with you. Because you're more than one thing. And so is Venza.
was right before Christmas. I did a consultation for a guy who was legally blind. He's been living in the house so long, he knows the house in and out. So he kind of memorized the walls when he wanted the TV. He also had a 3-year-old son who ran around the house who liked to play hide and go seek. Finding him sometimes was really hard because he was really short and he was quick. When we were done, we had to teach him how to use about 4 different remotes through touch. We had to count the buttons from the bottom. We got it done for him. He was really happy, though. He couldn't stop thanking us. His name was Charles, actually. Charles, I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Does your broker answer questions with a blizzard of investment speak or a thinly disguised sales pitch? TD Ameritrade investment consultants know how to listen first and talk, not talk down. Whatever help you want, from a quick question to helping you craft a long-term plan, they're ready. In person, on the phone, online. Smart, simple guidance. That's what investors want. That's what TD Ameritrade delivers.
Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work at a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day.
Welcome back. Jets with a 3-0 lead as the Seahawks fumble it on the 3-yard line. New York takes over 1st and 10 on their own 3. Long count for Favre, and he hands it off to the up back, and that's Richardson. Richardson trying to create some space. And Tupu coming up with the tackle. Let's take a look, though, Steve, at the fumble.
Yeah, you'll watch, and they step up in, and the ball is out early. And that's what happens, Gus. They get in there, and the 2 or 3 guys hit it. Somebody's arm comes in, and you'd like to think your guys know it's going to be difficult to hang on to the football, but that doesn't make it any easier. Sometimes even when you have 2 hands on it, it's going to pop out.
Seahawks had scored on 14 straight red zone possessions. 2nd and 6 at the 7. They hand it off to Jones, and Jones dives forward. He's close to a first down. Wilson with the tackle.
And I think the Jets should do more of that. I mean, they've let Brett Favre drop back a few times. They got some trouble with some penalties on one of their series, but handing the football off and letting it go right up in between the tackles, the Jets are making some hay doing that. And I think until the Seahawks prove that they can stop you consistently with that kind of play call, I think you stick with it.
So they bring out the chains. And the Jets have a first down. Play selection so far. 13 rushing plays, 16 passing plays for New York. Very balanced for Seattle as well.
That's pretty good balance, actually, 13 to 16. And they actually had to throw the football a few extra times because of a deep 3rd or 2nd and long and 3rd and long they got into a couple of times. But I still think the running game is what's going to win this game for New York, not Brett Favre.
First down and 10. Ball at the 13-yard line. Richardson and Jones in the backfield. Smith comes across. Here's Jones running right, and Jones is taken down. Nice tackle by the veteran Deion Grant. But it's a gain of 5 yards on the play. Thought the fantasy football season was over? It's not. Sign up for NFL.com Playoff Challenge, where you could win a trip to the Super Bowl 44. Only at NFL.com/fantasy. 2nd down and 5 to the 18 for New York. Weather letting up a bit now. Baker in motion. Jones running left, nothing doing. That time he was wrapped up and taken down immediately by Lawrence, by Darryl Tapp.
Yeah, he's going to come right from the inside, take a hard inside, and then move back to the outside. He steps down to the guard, then moves out, makes the tackle, and that's a great job. This front 4 of Seattle and their defense has been one of the few aspects of their team that's been relatively intact all season. So Tapp, along with Bernard and those guys up front, have been together most of the snaps of the gear.
A loss of 2 on the play. 3rd down and 7 at the 16. Leon Washington back in the game. Now Brett Favre brings Patry across. Here's Favre looking that way. and it's knocked down. Tupu almost had an interception. And if he would have been able to hold on to that football, Steve, he could have run right into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a touchdown waiting to happen. Tupu's got man-to-man coverage on Kotchery and just can't pull it in. And Gus, you got to remember, players who carry the football in this game or throw the football, it's going to be very different, but it's not going to be different for the defenders.
Hodges punting. This one a line drive. Forsett comes up, fields it at midfield with some running room, and he goes down. A 34-yard punt and a 10-yard return. Ahmad Carroll with the tackle on special teams. Seattle with good field position after this.
You can never know if your wildest dreams are going to come true, but to have people that believe in you makes all the difference. Because then what matters is what you're doing and how you feel about it.
I never had any formal training, but I was sort of an apprentice. I grew up watching my mother, and she was so magical. And it was something that I was very proud of, but I also really wanted to establish my own identity and my own self.
There was no evidence that I was going to succeed at being a producer. And as much as you believe in yourself, you need to have somebody believe in you. Having someone that you respect validate you. And that was a huge...
And welcome back as the Seahawks run the football on first down. Maurice Morris, stopped by David Harris, gains 5 yards. And so that will make it second down and 5 at the Jets' 35-yard line for the Seahawks, down 3-0. They fumbled it twice in this game. The last time inside the red zone at the 3. Morris on the pitch, tries to break it back and is taken down. Nice play by Calvin Pace, but a flag. He may be called for a face mask.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the call. He just kind of banged the face mask. I don't know if he grabbed it, but I think that's going to be the call. And since they threw it,
be a 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty. You said it.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, defense number 97. As this foul occurred behind the line of scrimmage, the foul will be enforced from the end of the run. 15 yards, automatic first down.
And that's one of the new rule changes in the NFL.
Yeah, you'll see here, and well, I don't know. I don't agree with the call. I mean, it was fast. He didn't. And he didn't have the face mask. He had the ear hole or the back of the cane. It doesn't matter either one. If it's a face mask or any part of the helmet, it counts as the same. And even though I don't think it would have made a difference on the play, they're going to call that as a personal foul, and that's a big play because it goes at the end of the run, as you heard.
So far, the Seahawks playing mistake-free football. Timeout on the field, 2:33 to go. Seattle knocking on the door one more time.
You can never know if your wildest dreams are going to come true, but to have people that believe in you makes all the difference. Because then what matters is what you're doing and how you feel about it.
I never had any formal training, but I was sort of an apprentice. I grew up watching my mother, and she was so magical. And it was something that I was very proud of, but I also really wanted to establish my own identity and my own self.
There was no evidence that I was going to succeed at being a producer. And as much as you believe in yourself, you need to have somebody believe in you. Having someone that you respect validate you. And that was a huge thing to me.
I wanted it. I had all the goods. I could sing, I could dance, I have the talent. Everything was there. I just had to get my freedom, and I got it.
There's a date on your card. Then there's a day when you realize it's more than a card. Are you a card member?
Countdown to Grissom's final episode with a CSI moment from 2001.
Looks like a piece of skull bone.
What are you doing? Bones are porous. They stick to the tongue. It's a piece of rock.
Are the bones whispering to you?
CSI, CBS Thursday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. You happier. And by TD Ameritrade, the independent spirit.
Welcome back. Closing in on 2 minutes here in the first half. Jets with a 3-0 lead. The Seagulls had to go in and change their outfits, Steve.
Which I'd go in to change my outfit.
First down and 10 at the 22 for Seattle. Here's a handoff. Morris. And he dives forward. So the Seahawks have not been penalized in this game, but they haven't played a mistake-free first half. 2 turnovers for Mike Holmgren's team. The last time, the ball was on the 3-yard line of New York.
Yeah, and that's a huge play, but they got it right back. They went 1, 2, and 3 and out on the Jets' next possession, and here they are knocking on the doorstep once again, running the football really effectively.
Leonard Weaver, the fullback, turning it over the last time. 2nd and 5 at the 17. Wallace, short drop, underneath. Heller with the catch, and he is dropped immediately. Nice tackle by Kerry Rhodes. Takes us to the 2-minute warning. 3-0. Eric Mancini's team holding on to the lead.
Celebrate the season with a traditional holiday drink.
Hint, it ain't eggnog. Have a great holiday. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
Want to get away? Announcing Southwest Airlines' big year-end sale. Book now and fly Southwest from $49 to $109 to many of our destinations like Denver, Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Diego, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and more. This sale ends soon, so book now at southwest.com. Low fares, no hidden fees.
The biggest event of the year is now even bigger. The Toyotathon of Toyotathons is in its final days, so we're going above and beyond to bring you the deal of all deals on your favorite Toyotas, like great leases, cashback, or low financing. With savings like these, no wonder Toyota has the best overall value of any brand. It's your last chance of the year to get amazing deals, so hurry. This event ends soon. Get to the Toyotathon of Toyotathons now.
Frequent heartburn used to ruin my evenings, so I tried Prilosec OTC. It works all day and all night, so now heartburn won't keep coming back. Try Prilosec OTC, the round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
Prilosec OTC, the #1 doctor-recommended OTC acid reducer, presents Who's #1 in the NFL. With pass blocking from center Kevin Mawai and tackles David Stewart and Michael Roos, the Titans' offensive line is #1 in the NFL, allowing just 8 sacks.
Fires deep downfield. Man is there. It's Gage. Touchdown, Titans!
Who's #1 in the NFL? Brought to you by Prilosec OTC, the #1 doctor-recommended OTC acid reducer.
You want me to show you something you ain't seen before?
Coming on to me?
Who's this girl?
I'm gonna marry her.
What are we gonna do?
You're gonna keep your mouth shut and you'll get out of this alive.
You get my partner shot. You get my friend killed. Your team leader trusts me.
What the hell?
I killed 2 men. What do you want? You want to melt?
Welcome back, Mike Holmgren. And the Seahawks down 3-0. Faced with a 3rd down and 1 at the 13-yard line. Weaver and T.J. Duckett come in, and this is T.J. Duckett, the fullback. Wow. And second effort, they have gotten him the 1st down, and it does. Chris Jenkins makes the tackle, and Duckett flexes as he gains 3.
Well, they're 15 of 17, Gus, for the year on 3rd and 1 situations. 15 of 17, they had 10 straight 3rd and 1 conversions successful up to this one. Now they've got 11 straight, and Duckett's the reason. That was a good hard run. Tough to defend it any better than the Jets did, unless Duckett doesn't give the second effort.
Abram Elam just couldn't hold on to him. In the backfield, 1st down at 10 to the 11-yard line. Wallace reverses, throws, sidearm. Oh, it's caught inside the 5. What a grab by young Courtney Taylor. He laid out and picked up 9.
He sure did. Watch, Gus. He's going to come out. He's going to kind of pivot back out. Little push off there, no question. But that is a great, great catch. And a really nice throw by Wallace. Buys himself some time and puts some good zip. I said earlier, he's really accurate even on the move. And I think that's what gives him the ability to play in this league. Great runner, but also very accurate passer.
So second down and a yard at the 2-yard line. Play action. Wallace in the end zone. Touchdown! Carlson, the rookie.
Gus, that was a sensational throw by Seneca Wallace. Carlson, the rookie, comes out and he plucks this right off the fingertips of David Harris and pulls it in. Great throw, great catch, great execution.
Olindo Mare comes in to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. 7-play drive, covering 40 yards. Seahawks scoring 2:49. The rookie out of Notre Dame. Right place, right time. 7-3.
2. Ration 2. All in. Thank you, gentlemen. Come to daddy. Made with juicy white meat chicken McNuggets. Oh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, welcome. Chicken McNuggets?
Yes.
What's a party without the dip, right?
And coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. Gus Johnson along with Steve Tasker as the Seahawks get it into the end zone. 7-3 the score.
Yeah, they've been, I think, consistently better offensively than the Jets have. I mean, watch the touchdown as the play fake up the middle. Great protection. The Jets have gotten really no pressure on Wallace. His feet and the offensive line have given him time, but that's a great catch by Carlson, the back of the end zone, who's had a great year as a rookie tight end, Gus, in the National Football League, coming out of Notre Dame.
5th touchdown of the season for John Carlson, leading receiver on this Seattle team. And with 31 seconds remaining in the half, the Seahawks will send it away. And this is not a do-or-die game for Brett Favre and the Jets. 2 wins and they get into the playoffs. If they lose, then they'll have to win and get some help. Leon Washington, their big play return man, heading to the Pro Bowl as well as a starter, is back deep as Olindo Mare tees it up at their own 35. Pops this one into the air. Washington from the 10. And Washington running and is tracked down. Very nice tackle. And that is Owen Schmidt, and it's a return of 12. Don't forget, coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan, Shannon, Coach Cowher, and the Boom for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. So Brett Favre has thrown his 18th interception here in the first half. He gets better with age. They say 40 is the new 20, Steve, so we're all in good shape.
Yeah.
39 years young, Brett Favre.
I'm still old if 40 is the new 20. First down and 10
at the 22. Empty backfield for Favre. And he pumps it. And Favre scrambling. Favre in trouble and he goes down. Another sack for Seattle. This time it's Craig Terrell.
Yeah, it's not, they didn't lose too much. I mean, it was worth a chance to try and throw it down the football field. And if he gets sacked, well, they'll just take it in for halftime and that'll do it. And they take one shot down the field and then let the clock run out.
And that's the end of the first half with the score. Seattle 7, the Jets 3. We'll be back with the Sprint Halftime Report after this message and a word from your local station. Final home game for Mike Holmgren. His team playing well in the first half. You're watching the National Football League on CBS.
Ashton Kutcher brings you Game Show in My Head. Premieres CBS Saturday, January 3rd.
Hello, DirecTV has asked me to offer you an insider's look at many of the films on DirecTV pay-per-view. I'll share my insights about the story, the actors, well, about everything. Here's a look at some of the films I'll be reviewing for you this month.
I'm working on something big.
Yeah, I can fly.
Are you telling me another one of your Bioforce experiments has gone haywire?
Indiana Jones.
This is incredible.
Okay, give me my remote.
Get it, Jim. You had way too much cable.
You said you were going to get DirecTV. I'm fine, really. So digital picture doesn't mean anything to you? But what about your friends and your family? I just want to watch the game.
That's the cable talking, Jim. That game isn't even in HD.
Friends don't let friends watch cable. Refer a friend or family member to DirecTV, and you'll get $50, and they'll get $50 on top of our best offer.
Lots of choices here.
It's confusing.
Look, most major sports are shot on Sony HD cameras.
So if sports are shot on a Sony, shouldn't you watch them on one?
Yes. I don't really like sports.
Nothing's better for sports than a Sony Bravia HD TV. High definition. It's in Sony's DNA. I'm James Brown in New York. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, all the scores and highlights, including Tennessee wrapping up home field. The Sprint Halftime Report is next.
For the win, Western Kentucky doesn't drink.
Raymond for three.
Oh, Nuggets! America had heard about him, and now we know about him. Westbrook for a UCLA win. Kansas takes the title.
Play Sprint Fantasy Pick against the NFL Today team to win cash prizes. It's free and fast. Go to cbssports.com/Sprint Fantasy Pick and get in the game.
See, honey, it even has a knob that goes from light to dark.
Your turn.
Hope it was better than last year's.
Ow! Mama! You okay? Let me see.
This holiday season, give them what they bleed for.
What?
Authentic NFL products. Hurry and receive your order by December 25th.
Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work and a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie, you're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, you had a bad day.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Get the new NFL Mobile Live, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
And welcome back to New York and the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown, along with my guys, Dan, Coach Shannon, and Boomer. Mike Holmgren coaching his last home game there in Seattle, holding to a 4-point lead over the New York Jets. Boom.
And the fans are showing Coach Holmgren some love, guys. As you said, JB, his last game to be coached there at home in Seattle. What a day it is. Look at the weather. Brett Favre drops back to pass. He's going to move to his left, and I don't know how do you explain this. He just throws it up for grabs. It's picked off by cornerback Josh Wilson. Now comes back Seneca Wallace. He's going to find John Carlson in the back of the end zone. 7-3 Seattle.
Jay Cutler's going to fake. The naked boot, 2 yards, puts the Broncos up early, 7-0. Eddie Royal. If they're going to chase it one way, hand the ball to Eddie Royal, going out the other way, and fast Eddie. Eddie.
How fast?
Not the guy that's chasing him faster.
But he's got a better angle.
13-3 Broncos, but the Bills are driving.
Coach, all right.
And Tavares Jackson, I'll tell you, he's 8 of 9 in the first half. He finds Fashante Shanko for this on this bootleg. He does a great job of getting it over the goal line. But Jarius Noah will take this pass from Matt Ryan, a little shovel pass, 14-7. 3 Minnesota turnovers in the first half.
And the Eagles, Donovan McNabb drops back. Time to throw up. But here comes Jason Taylor, gets a sack on him. And Jason Campbell Not a whole lot going on in this game. He hits Liddell Betts for a 9-yard gain. Nothing going on much. 3-0 Washington.
And Philly needs to win and get some help.
Jamarcus Russell play fake. Up top, Chad Schilling, 20 yards, 7-0 early, but 13-13 at the half.
In the game return home field, Chris Johnson on 4th down takes a 21-yard touchdown run, and he leads Tennessee. Tennessee's defense, 5 sacks, 4 turnovers, and Kerry Collins was 20 of 29 for 216 yards as they celebrate the regular season win. And I'll tell you, Kerry Collins talks about the big win.
Well, it was a great team effort, first of all. I mean, the defense came up big with some sacks, interceptions, turnovers, and the offense was more efficient. You know, we put some drives together, converted some 3rd downs and 4th downs, and I think it had a big key with the way the game turned out.
And Tyler Thigpen threw for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also had 3 interceptions. Chad Pennington was 26 for 34, 235 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chad talks about the win in Kansas City.
We've been in a playoff-style atmosphere for the last 6-7 weeks, and it's the next game. Is it a big game? Absolutely, because we're playing for the playoffs, and we're excited about it.
All right, terrible weather in New England this week, guys. Matt Castle, 20 of 36, 345 yards, and 3 touchdowns. They go to 10-5. They need some help to get into the playoffs. Wes Welker right here, nice play. Randy Moss, 76-yard touchdown pass at the start of the second half.
Phillip Rivers did all he could to help the Chargers have a meaningful game next week. 21 of 31, 287, 4 touchdowns. This 32-yard score on a screen pass to Darren Sproles. Jeff Garcia is trying to rally his troops. He knows he needs to have a score, and he needs to have it quick. But Quentin Jammer tips it. Antoine Cason, he picks it. 59 yards as they roll 41-24. Phillip Rivers would talk about who he's going to be rooting for, JB, in the Broncos-Bills game.
You know it.
You're looking a lot like a Buffalo Bills fan right now. There's no question about it.
You know, on a weekly basis, it seems like the same thing. Drew Brees, 351 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Rod Marinelli having to go to the podium again.
Yeah, no excuses. I accept full responsibility for everything that's gone on. I don't point fingers. It's on me, totally.
You're a good man, Rod Marinelli, all rooting for you. How about the Cincinnati Bengals? Leon Hall, 3 interceptions on the day. They shut out the Cleveland Browns in the Battle of Ohio. Ryan Fitzpatrick, how about this line, guys? 5 completions, 9 attempts, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And Sean Hill finds Isaac Bruce here for his 1,000th career reception for a touchdown. And at the end of the game, Sean Hill, who had 3 interceptions but 2 touchdowns, this one, 48 yards to Josh Morgan, that wins the game for San Francisco.
Wow. All right, folks, so on the AFC side of the house, the number 1 seed is Tennessee. Number 2 is Pittsburgh. 5th seed is Indy. And right now, Baltimore is looking good. Nobody wants to mess with them at all. On the NFC side, Coach, take a look at that one.
And the Giants, I'll tell you what, the big game tonight for home field with Carolina. And again, Atlanta controlling their own destiny. And Philadelphia, right now, I mean, they have to come back. They got a chance to control their own destiny, but they're struggling right now with Washington.
And Dallas has still got a shot, too, guys. They're not knocked out either.
All right, Buffalo, take a look at Marshawn Lynch.
And how about this around the corner?
Marshawn Lynch racing to the end zone. Going to look like he's going to have a 13-10 ball game at the half.
And we know if Denver wins, Denver is in clinching the West. But right
San
now,
Diego's happy.
Second half coming your way right after this.
More Leon Washington.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Get the new NFL Mobile Live, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Your favorite celebrities join Regis Philbin. $1 Million Password premieres CBS tonight.
At DirecTV, we like to make things easy, and that's the whole idea behind the all-new DirecTV.com. For instance, when you visit our website, you'll find you can update your programming instantly. Want to watch Stars right now? No problem. Can't miss seeing your favorite hockey or basketball team? It's easy to add a sports package in seconds, all with no phone calls and no waiting. Just go online, and with a few quick clicks at our industry-leading website, you're all set. Compliments of DirecTV.
It's the biggest UFC card of the year, with 2 titles at stake. As light heavyweight champion Forrest Griffin defends his belt against the man who just KO'd Chuck Liddell, undefeated Sugar Rashad Evans. And interim heavyweight champ Antonio Minotauro Nogueira faces former heavyweight champ Frank Mir. Plus, Quentin Rampage Jackson goes toe-to-toe with Vanderlei the ex-murderer Silva. The Ultimate Fighting Championship presents UFC 92, The Ultimate 2008, live Saturday, December 27th from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on DirecTV pay-per-view.
It has 124 sound dampening innovations that help make the cabin as quiet as the flagship BMW and Mercedes sedans, which helps keep outside noises, well, outside. Introducing the new Hyundai Genesis. Find out more at HyundaiGenesis.com.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Get the new NFL Mobile Live, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Music's biggest night returns to CBS. Celebrate the music that makes us. The Grammys, live CBS Sunday, February 8th.
If you look at the last 6 months, I think you'll agree that the production growth opportunity that we have for us would. What is that?
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. Tell me who's watching.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.